Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you already own a home, the strategy we're going to unpack today is absolutely crucial. Seriously, it could be one of the smartest financial levers you ever pull. We're going way beyond just the basic definition of a mortgage refinance, and we're going to show you exactly how to optimize the whole process so it actually works to your advantage. I mean, that's the ultimate dream, right? Wanting to save thousands on your home? For pretty much all of us, our home is our largest asset, not to mention our biggest monthly expense. So finding the absolute best mortgage refinance rate, it isn't just about making minor little tweaks to your budget. It's really about uncovering how to lock in the lowest interest rate possible so you can keep thousands of your hard-earned dollars right where they belong, in your own pocket.
All right, let's jump right into this with Section 1. What exactly is mortgage refinancing?
To put it as simply as possible, mortgage refinancing just means you're replacing your current home loan with a completely new one. That's the whole foundation of it. The new loan completely pays off your old mortgage, and then from that day forward, you just start making your monthly payments on the new loan instead. Basically, you're hitting the reset button on your financing terms. Now, I want you to think about a single, incredibly powerful number: 1%. The stakes here are just massive. You see, even a tiny 1% drop in your interest rate can save you tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. Think about it like this. It's kind of like funding a family vacation every single year, literally just by optimizing your paperwork. A drop like that significantly lowers your monthly payment and drastically reduces the total amount of interest you end up handing over to the bank. So why do people do this? Well, homeowners hit that reset button for a few key reasons. Getting a lower interest rate and reducing those monthly payments, those are definitely the heavy hitters. But other people refinance to shorten their loan term, like say switching from a 30-year down to a 15-year mortgage so they can own their home completely outright much faster. Or they do it to access cash that's been locked up in their home's equity. Ultimately, though, it all comes back to optimizing your overall financial standing. Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, the factors controlling your rate. Okay, lenders look at four main pillars to dictate your specific refinance rate. First up, your credit score. Then your loan-to-value ratio, which we usually just call LTV. Third is your income stability and your employment history. And finally, your debt-to-income ratio. At the end of the day, lenders are fundamentally just assessing risk, right? So having a really stable income and lower monthly debts just makes lenders significantly more confident that you're going to repay the loan on time. It really all comes down to how these different factors blend together to create your borrowing profile. Picture a borrower who has a super high credit score and high home equity, meaning they owe a lot less than what the home is actually worth. Lenders will literally fight for their business, and that results in highly competitive, rock-bottom rates. But on the flip side, a borrower with a lower credit score and very little equity, they're viewed as a much higher risk, and that makes borrowing significantly more expensive. And because your profile is just so critical, preparation is absolutely key here. Before you even think about submitting an application, you should be doing exactly this. Go check your credit report for errors, pay down your outstanding debt to help out that debt-to-income ratio, and for sure, make absolutely certain you're paying all your bills on time. You really want to polish up your financial profile so you land in that highly competitive category we were just talking about.
Now, let's get into the fun part. Section 3, shopping for the best deals.
Now, here is where a lot of people trip up. They stare obsessively at just the base interest rate. But lenders, they know this, and sometimes they kind of play with the numbers. You really have to zoom out to see the entire cost of the loan. You absolutely must compare closing costs, lender fees, discount points, and probably most importantly, the annual percentage rate, or APR, because that rolls all those sneaky hidden fees into one true yearly cost. And that brings us to this totally counterintuitive gem from the source data. Believe it or not, sometimes a loan with a slightly higher upfront interest rate might actually cost you less overall. Crazy, right? But why? Well, because it might have significantly lower lender fees and closing costs attached to it. If you're only looking at the base interest rate, you could easily end up choosing a loan that quietly drains your savings through a bunch of hidden upfront charges. And that is a perfect transition into Section 4. Weighing the hidden costs. It's a pretty vital question we have to ask. Is refinancing always the right choice? Honestly, the short answer is no. If you're planning to sell your home in the near future, refinancing could actually be a terrible financial move. Why? Because the monthly savings you get from that shiny new lower interest rate might not add up fast enough to cover the thousands of dollars you literally just paid in closing costs to get the loan in the first place. This is exactly why understanding this next concept is just mandatory before making a final decision. The break-even point. This is the exact amount of time, usually measured in months, that it's going to take for your new lower monthly payment savings to fully recover the initial closing costs of the refinance. Look at it this way. If it takes 3 years to break even, but you're planning to move in 2 years, refinancing is just going to lose you money.
Let's also look at another slightly more complex scenario, cash out refinancing. This setup allows you to borrow more than you currently owe, and you just pocket the difference in cash. And honestly, this can be a highly useful tool if you need to make major home improvements or if you want to consolidate some high-interest debt. But there is a very clear trade-off here. Doing this increases your total loan balance. You are actively taking on more debt. The source material is super clear with its warning on this one, and I think it's definitely worth repeating. Borrowing more increases your total loan balance, period. While having a chunk of cash in hand is incredibly tempting, it means you're going to be paying interest on a much larger principal amount over time. It is critically important to use this option wisely, ideally only for expenses that are actually going to improve your financial standing or directly increase the value of the home.
So let's bring this all together. Securing the absolute best mortgage refinance rate depends entirely on those 4 pillars we talked about. You have got to take the time to optimize your credit score, leverage your built-up home equity, ensure you maintain a stable income so lenders see you as low risk, and then, maybe most importantly, do the legwork to carefully compare lenders, making sure you look at the entire APR, not just the base interest rate. Taking the time to research your options using this exact framework is how you lower your monthly payments and save thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. I want to leave you with one final thought to help you put this explainer into action today. Have you calculated your break-even point yet? Don't just guess at it. Go grab your current statement, get a solid estimate on some closing costs, and actually crunch your specific numbers. That single calculation, it'll tell you instantly whether refinancing is your next smartest financial move. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.